building over 250 homes and we have aspirations to build thousands. Welcome to this week's episode of Scaling Up, where we take you behind the scenes of scaling a partnerships house building company. This week, we're going to go around £20 million worth of live construction sites. We're going to start by attending Samlet Road, which is a mixed development of houses and apartments, 35, some are finished, and you've got timber frame going up, so it's all exciting, all going on. We're also going to go to Eagle House, which is an 18 apartment and 4 commercial unit development. And then we're going to finish by attending Neith Works, which is a 36 new build development of steel frame. So come and follow me, let's go. Nice, well, we'll have a quick walk if you're all right. It's a good site, you know, it's going to look really lovely when it's finished. And just getting to the stage now myself, I just want it over the line, just want to get it finished. And some of them are so close, but it always feels like that last 1% of the job always like irritates me, because I just want to get it done, you know, and it's just this last 1% just drags a bit, but we'll get there. All right, yeah, so we're getting close to the final for the first phase of that site, and there's a lot of plots, final stage close to handover, which is good. I mean, it's looking really nice. Like in the sun, look at that. It's look, you know, it's going to look like a very nice development, excluding the block of 6 there. That'll be done later. But so the positives of the site is it's coming together. It looks really nice. They're lovely homes for people. The client's happy with them, and that's good. The challenging thing for me is I'm impatient, and that site, as we know, has had challenges, but we've overcome them. I just want to get it over the line now. Just want to get it over the line. How do we determine whether we knock down a derelict building or whether we convert/refurbish it? Well, there's 2 main reasons. The first one is we'll look at the cost. We'll take a derelict building and we'll say, is that more cost prohibitive to actually refurbish it, extend it, and develop it into the amount of homes we need, or whether it's just easier and more cost effective to demolish it and build new. The other one is it practical to do so? I.e., is it listed? Is it in a city centre? Is the building big enough where we can convert it and already get 20 homes out of it? Whereas if we demolished it, the cost would be through the roof. We could only end up with 23. It makes no sense to do that. So that's how we decide. Okay, so we're at Eagle House, Talbot Road in Port Talbot. It was an old building actually that had many uses for like 150 years in the area, but we have developed it into a ground floor commercial premises with up to 4 units and 18 apartments on the upper floors. And when we started the design of this building, it was actually one kind of like square and rounded building, looked really nice. And as we went through the planning, you can see all the steps in the building. That's because even though we had a positive pre-app, when we got into the full planning process, everything changed, went out the window, and we ended up now with like 7 flat roofs, which isn't ideal.
Something interesting. We've got the consumer unit will go in here.
Yeah.
We've also got, this is where the battery's going to go.
Okay.
The solar, see the battery etc. going in here.
Yeah.
That's naturally ventilated.
Okay.
So there's no fan on it.
Right.
And yeah, obviously got smoke around there, etc.
Okay.
That's it for the PV guys now. We'll finish this pretty much to paint level. Then they can come in and wire that up, because it's a finished product that sits over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right, that's good. I mean, that's the thing. Like when you look around, between wiring, plumbing, ventilation, and you know, alarms and all that sort of shit as well, it's quite a lot to. Well, I've never seen them fire stopping and mains. It's quite a lot. You don't.
3 days work to do them. Yeah.
3 days. How long did it take them?
Well, this is not finished.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
on 3 weeks. 10th of March, these should have been started.
Okay.
When we come out to the plots, communal stuff we'll take to a certain level, so we'll board it,
Yeah.
But we might not apply any of the like finishes such as plaster, etc. until we get everything in the plots.
Yeah.
We don't want to damage it too much. But if we board it, we get to that stage, then it saves a bit of time and effort because obviously a lot of things link up.
Yeah. That's identical. That's the AOV up there, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pig to get to, but yeah, that's the AOV.
Deep,
all the
isn't it?
section will stay open. We'll board that off, obviously, but
Yeah.
we just need to get some smoke tape and etc.
It looks quite fiddly, that does actually.
Yeah, so it'll probably take just as long to do that as it would to do a plot.
Fucking hell.
That area there. This we will leave till last.
Okay.
We want everything done on the plots. We have to extend the scaffold out, etc. Take it up to get that ceiling done.
Yeah.
So we'll do the communal area, but the stairwells, we'll pretty much leave the last.
Okay, right.
Yeah, we just
How
start
long,
there.
how long do you budget for sprinklers in a flat?
Day.
Day. Okay.
Depends how many people we get. You talk about relationships with contractors.
Yeah.
One day, one guy, one plot. Last week I had 3 guys here.
3 guys.
To kind of get this
Blasted
floor
it, yeah.
done out of the way.
Great, that's good. That's what we want, yeah.
Get on well with them,
Yeah.
and this is what you can do.
This is something that when I was in construction early days, when I was on site, a lot of the dry line and construction guys, they just kept saying, you want to get the rips in, you want to get the rips in. I had no idea what rips meant. But it's this, isn't it?
Yes.
That's what, they put that on before they put the...
So something we've done a little bit different here is we've put a sheet of OSB behind this wall because of some of the previous issues.
yeah, okay.
So this is what we were talking about, the racking wall. That forms
Yeah.
the design for that. That forms part of that. But yeah, basically that's rips, and then you'll have one board overlap it on here, and then the next board goes up higher to overlap this joint.
Yeah,
The ceiling goes into that to cover that joint.
yeah.
That goes up, and then the next one covers this
Down,
one.
and then they can
So
skim
the
it.
joints are
Yeah.
staggered.
Lovely. But they get those in first, don't they, before they get the rips on, and then the
Ceiling
ceiling.
goes up,
Yeah.
and then the rips go on,
Okay.
and then they can do the rips.
Just at the railway. So when people come into lovely Port Talbot, they get to see this magnificent development. I think the client was trying to put supported living in this floor. I'm not sure if they have though. Does anything progress with that? Do you know the client on supported living on the up floors, or are they just they
So
don't?
the supported living is on the second floor.
Second floor.
Yeah, so the whole second floor is supported living,
Yeah.
which means people on other floors don't have any access to that floor.
Right. They just skip it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite, I won't say complicated, but it's different to any other floor in terms of
Yeah.
design with M&U, etc. Yeah, so there's other spec things like the insulation to the ceilings of the second floor is a lot thicker.
Mhm.
And obviously you've got access with doors, lifts, so
Yeah.
other people can't access
Yeah.
it, etc.
Because they're vulnerable. They're classed as vulnerable, aren't they, compared to?
Yeah, and one, for example, plot 8, which is this underneath us, is like an office space. So it'll be the same format. It'll be kitchen,
Like a
bedroom,
flat, isn't it?
etc., but it'll be like residential management kind of
Right.
effectively.
It's like, yeah, coming around, we're live on 11 sites, and you come around, and a lot of the issues that you see, a lot of them have stemmed from either personnel or a failure to follow a system or a process. And you rack your brain, you're like, how can we get it where if the system is in place, how can you get it where the personnel are following it, or quickly that they haven't? And it's such a big challenge because a lot of the issues come up when I go around site. I ask all the time, what are the issues? Where are they coming from? And it just always comes back down to someone not doing something they should have, or someone saying they were going to do something, they don't do it. So obviously one thing I do is I speak to other construction companies, other business owners to figure out what they do. Like we have 60 staff now across 3 different divisions. So coming around and getting that feedback is obviously important. And then I take it back then to try to figure out with like the other teams, how do if we have systems and processes in place, how are they not being followed? Sometimes I just don't get it. But one of the biggest challenges really is making sure people are doing what they should be doing. Don't have the answer though, so stay tuned. You might find one eventually. One thing that's been on my mind recently is EPCs, and how actually if you were tracking embodied carbon, it would make it a lot easier for people to understand the sustainability and the environmental impact of house building. For example, we can build a masonry development and achieve an EPCA rating of A, so it's quite efficient, but the embodied carbon usage is right up there. Whereas we can do a timber frame development and also achieve EPCA. And when you're just looking at the energy efficiency, they look the same, but actually the carbon impact is significantly lower. So we should definitely be looking at embodied carbons as well as the operational carbon impact as well. Now, this crane's still on site. The brickwork is quite advanced, as you can see. We've only got, looks like the top 2 lifts to go now, and the brickwork will all be complete. And then we're very close for the scaffolding to be stripped as well, actually. Might have to sort out some balconies get the balconies sorted, and then looks like the scaffolding can come down.
Let's see you. I did just wash my hands and just come out there now.
Top site manager Tony is.
Oh yeah.
You've overseen all this, haven't you?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going alright now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're well on programme with the brickwork.
Yeah, I see it now. Obviously we're done over there. We've got 2 lifts to go on the top side, which is the 5-storey section. This building goes from 3 to 5 stories. So
yeah, so we're well on programme with the brickwork. So maybe a week or 2 ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at 5 weeks from now, brickwork complete.
Nice.
And then we start doing clean the walls down, thinking about mass digging and the usual stuff as it goes.
You have to put the balconies on then as well before.
Balconies, yeah. Well, as the scaffold comes down, we'll stop at the balconies.
Yeah, and then install them and then carry on dropping.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Let's have a look around.
To put there, I was on holidays. There's too much weight, in my opinion, on that one spot.
Right.
I don't think it's not designed to take that weight in one spot.
Yeah.
We put some of the batteries over there.
And what's going there? A window, is it?
Window over there, but there's also be batteries there.
Right.
Yes, with batteries
On
there.
the wall?
No, one person told me on the wall and the other told me on the floor. This
Oh, I see.
originally was pushed right out there.
Yeah.
And see how they buckled?
Yeah.
That tells me then that when it's been loaded on the lorry,
Yeah.
the forklift has hit it.
Yeah.
That one's similar as well.
This one here?
But it's got a couple nicks on.
It's got some slight indentations on the side, but I think there's nowhere near as bad as that. Yeah. Winning £100,000 by coming second place for the Stelios Young Entrepreneurs Awards has allowed us to directly invest into more social housing across Wales. Casas Group has taken our £100,000 and has put it into our pipeline of sites right across Wales and is allowing us to build more homes, to employ more people, bring on more apprenticeships, and also importantly partner with more schools, more clubs right across communities throughout Wales and just have a massive positive social impact. Brickwork's flying, it's good. Won't be long now and that scaffolding behind me will be coming down, and that'll be a good site. It's going to look really nice when it's done. Like I said, we'll have the brickwork looks good. There's be balconies on there and there'll also be cladding on there, and 36 really high quality homes coming soon. In terms of progress inside, I think it's slightly behind programme. So the key thing for me is I've got to check now where they are with resource to see how they can get that back on programme, because I would say they're probably about 2 to 3 weeks behind, so it's got to be a push now on resource to bring it back. And I think they can do it, but they need like 2 more gangs internally to get it going. So that's the key takeaway really, and that's what they'll work on now. Social housing is an absolutely critical investment. It actually underpins our society. When you say a new development of social housing is coming to your area, unfortunately, the stigma around it is that you may get a negative perception. But I know, having built hundreds of homes and having a pipeline of 1,000 and working with clients right across Wales, the types of people that we're helping get a new home could be people like a nurse or a teaching assistant that has a young child and they're single. It could be other single parents. It could be people that have suffered from domestic abuse, so this is their only way to get a new safe house. It could be those that have left the armed forces that have nowhere else to go. It could be those that have disabilities and they're unable to work, so the only home they can get is provided by the state. And it could be older or elderly people that need to downsize, and this is the only way that they can afford a place to live. Right now, there's 1.5 million people on the housing waiting list in the UK. There's 3,000 children in B&Bs across Wales. And we're here working with our clients to try to make a little bit of a difference. Don't smoke, kids. Look at that. Like black tar, that is. Imagine that in people's lungs. Oh my God. Well, that was a close one. At least the fire's out now. The building didn't go up in flames and no cars exploded. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Stay tuned, press subscribe and hit the notification bell because next week's episode is going to be even better. Don't forget to check out our other socials as well. We're on Instagram and on TikTok. Also, leave a comment below. It really helps us for the next video. And don't forget to share this video with anyone that you think may like it. Until then, I'll see you on the next one.